have to know that God's voice does not sound like you. And what I mean by this is that when God speaks to me, I'm just going to tell you how he speaks to me, and maybe this will help you. I'm going to give you an example. I went to a place that I normally go, I frequent, and I was getting my nails done. And when I went there, the lady had told me that somebody had stolen money from her, a certain amount of money. And and it was random. Like, I normally don't go on this day. Like, I just felt like I needed to go on that day. So I went, and she ended up and she's never been in this state. Never has been so sad, lethargic. Like, I could just tell, right? And so I'm sitting there and getting my nails done. And I said, can I pray for you? Because it came up in my spirit, pray for her. And she's like, she prays to a different God than me, right? And I was like, okay, well, I respect that. Well, I'll be praying for you. And then God tells me, give her the money. Give her the money that was stolen. Because y'all, it was not a small amount of money. And at the time, I was like, I didn't really, I had the money, but I didn't have it. It was like, it wasn't like the amount that you just give away, right? Not at that time, not at that point in my journey. And I was like, it was just on my mind. And I was like, is this the enemy? Is this the enemy telling me to give this woman this money? Like, what is that? And so eventually I say, do you need this money? Which is not what God called me to do, because you already know. A lot of people are not going to say yes. Some people will say, yes, give me that money. Some people are not going to say yes, like whatever. God wanted me to just give. I said, do you need? Family, I felt convicted about that for days. I ended up going home. A few days later, I decided I'm going to be Project Angel, and I try to I put it in a card in an envelope, and I put a bunch of verses on it, and I was trying to be discreet. Like, I wanted to just throw it inside and like run away. And I had written the check, I did everything, and I tried to put an envelope and throw it in. She ended up seeing me, chased me outside. It was like a whole situation. I was trying to be so discreet. I'm like running in. She runs out after me. Everybody's there. She leaves the person she's with. She comes out and she like tries to like knock me. It was just a whole ordeal. The whole point of the matter is this. In that moment, what I didn't know that I know now is the enemy is not going to tell you to be generous. The enemy is going to tell you to hold on to your money and act like you ain't going to get another dollar. And that's how God doesn't bless you. That's exactly what keeps you in the same situation you're in. Generosity in the kingdom of heaven it's a weapon. Generosity is a weapon. And we underutilize that weapon, holding on to this last dollar like there's not another one that's coming. And God is calling us to be generous, not to be just giving to all your family members because they ask you for money every 72 days. No, God is not calling you to be a doormat. God is calling you to be a blessing. What does that mean? God will prompt you to who you should give to. I've had multiple instances, family, where I have had a strong prompting to give. And it wasn't because somebody asked me. It was because God instructed me. I felt it. And some of us think, oh, because our family member called and they said they want money and they always calling us for money. No, you need to set a boundary. You're not a bank. You can be a blessing when God calls you to be a blessing. And I do believe that there are certain, you want family members, of course, you want to help out at times. But God does not call you to doormat. God calls you to be a blessing to those he's called you to bless. Stephen said something that's really profound here. He said, David was extremely generous, and his lineage was blessed because of it. Absolutely. King David. Why are you gonna bring up my man like that on the live? Like, oh my gosh. Y'all know I love me some King David. That's one of my favorite Bible characters right there. I love me some King David. I need to drink water for that. But anyway, David was extremely generous. He gave when God instructed him to give. And he gave beyond. I've learned this in my time. I give to the extent that I'm uncomfortable. Like, to the extent that it requires faith. Some of us give to the point that we feel safe. God has called me out of safety. No. I need you to give to the point that you feel uncomfortable. And I do. I give to the extent that I feel uncomfortable. Why? Because God has blessed me so much. And so in this time, I've given more and I've made more. I give more, I make more. I give more, I make more. God opens more doors for me. Why? Because he knows I'm going to be faithful. He knows I'm going to be obedient. I'm not a perfect woman by the stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to be faithful to what God has called me to do. I'm going to be obedient. If you call me to do it, God, I'm going to do it. If you call me to stay, I'm going to stay. You call me to give, I'm going to give. That's where I'm at right now in my life. And so for some of you guys, you have to test the spirit. If the enemy's not going to tell you to be generous, you are going to tell you to hold on to the money and hold on to your money. Don't give to somebody. You see that homeless person and you're feeling like, nah, I don't want to do that. No. You listen to the prompting of the spirit, like, give. Not pressure. Pressure is enemy. There's going to be a small, still voice when you quiet your mind that says, pay for that person's groceries. Why? Pay for that person's groceries. And you do it. And they're like, you see tears come to their eyes. And you realize they were on their last dollar. God knew. God is going to bless those he can trust with blessings. Why? Because we are supposed to show the love of God. He gave us the blessing to be able to bless somebody that doesn't have it, family. I've been able to give at times, family, and somebody will reach out to me and be like, God, I know God is real because I just lost that money. This money was just stolen from me. This money I needed because my husband just left. This money I needed because I was just going through a situation and we didn't have enough. And this is how much we were short. You are giving that money, not just for you. You are giving that money to be able to be a blessing to others. So when you hear things in your spirit that align with the character of God, that you know ain't you, because you don't want to give $500 to a stranger. That's not you. You don't want to give $2,000 to this person. That's not you. There's something deep down in your spirit that keeps, not pressure, it keeps coming up. God's voice is not pressure. It's consistent. I always say God puts the heat on. He turns the heat up. And what does that mean? The enemy's like, in the moment, it's fleeting though. It's like, do it now, do it now, do it now. God's voice is like, it's consistent. It's not pressure, it's consistent. That small voice, consistent. Give her the money. Call her. Call her. Call her. Call her. It's not no additional. Call her. Call her. Give. Give. It's consistent. It's not pressure. And we test it against what we know about God. God is a generous God. He's a forgiving God. He's a loving God. He's a God that pursues. He's a God that is faithful. He's a God that gives grace and mercy. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, and self-control. If what he's asking for me to do requires faith, it's God. If he's asking me to do something and everything, well, what if they do this, and what if they, you know that it's God, because the enemy is going to attack a voice that is God. God's telling you, go say sorry to that person. Like, no, they're not going to receive it. What if they say? What if they say? Why you calling me? What if they say this? That's the enemy trying to get you off of what God told you to do. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.